Alright, we are live once again, and we are playing Shin Megami Tensei 5 Revengeance, as you can see. One moment. Apparently, I've been bamboozled, and I am not fully live. How dare they? How dare they bamboozle me? I will not be bamboozled by the likes of you, technology. There we go, I have unbamboozled it. And now we are properly live. Alright. Let me have a sip of my coffee here, I have. Ah. Yes. Sippy sippy. Sippy sippy. So I had two A-sips instead of just A-sip. Yes. Yes. All right, so what's we looking at here? There we go. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I'm forgetting something I wanted to do. Is okay. Let's just begin the game. There we go. So, me. So I think last time on Dragon Ball Z I was trying to make money so that I could finish my summons. But then I did the summons, right? No. How dare you? Yep, there's the new summons. So all I need to do is get my items back.
Welcome.
Special fusion. All right, I don't have to worry about fusing until I'm level 93. Yep, 93. Okay. And in the meantime, Amarita showers is what I need to look for. See, that's Amarita soda. That's close. That's a low level one. Ah, that sucks, Soren. Oh, by the way, I looked into the thing, the badge, and you wouldn't be able to get it with a renewal. You can only get it with like a new subscription or a gifted sub for participating channels, which basically means anybody who's playing it. I that's cool. I appreciate it, Soren. I don't know why the patient. It might be that it's like one of those ones where it's like extraordinarily delayed. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. That's a long time. Ooh, excuse me. And where the hell are these Emerita showers? You're making me work for it, game. There, finally, these guys. I should have already gotten one then. I've just been screwed over. These damn things. Gross. Alright, well, I guess I can fight those things too. So, I'm gonna continue fighting the elephants then. For the Soma pots. Because occasionally I get that skeleton thing. Then once I have enough Soma pots, I'll go fight the gross horses. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Oh, there it goes. See? It just took 1,000 years. Like I said, it probably was one of those. Well, obviously now it was shown to be one of those super ridiculously delayed ones. Oh, you had to keep trying before it would work? Oh, that's weird. Let me check my phone here and see what my notification was about. What? Do they sell Red Bulls in schools in the US? Well, let's just say in America. You'll understand what I'm asking. Let me ask chat real quick. Damn. The answer is no. For the most part, most schools don't do that, as supposedly. That doesn't mean that person was lying to my mom. It just means that the school that kid goes to might sell them. For a certain time, Silk Song popularity, it caused the servers. Oh yeah. Yeah, that game is absurdly popular. That's what happens when you make a AAA game, a AAA quality game for 20 bucks. Everybody buys it. You make, and I mean like a proper AAA quality, as in a well-made, big game. That's all that, in my opinion, that's all that it requires to be AAA. It's just a well-made, big game. And the first Hollow Knight was a well-made, big game, and the second one is better. Oh, well, I should say it fills those requirements more. So yeah, it completely makes sense. And that goes exactly with what I was saying, and I've been saying it for years. Games are a scam to be priced that much. Instead of making games affordable and trying to widen the amount of people who will buy the game, instead they make them unaffordable and try to be the only game that sells that year. I don't understand what you're saying, by the way, Soren. Two separate schools had a special ed kid just leave the school grounds. So two separate schools had a single special ed student that left the school grounds, and one of them was hit by a car on Thursday. I don't understand all the extra stuff you added before that and why that's relevant. Don't they have like hundreds of special ed kids leaving schools? Like, isn't that like something that happens every day? As far as I know, every single school has a special ed classroom. And then there's like special ed schools that are full of nothing but special ed kids. And they do the exact same amount of school days that normal school kids do. Oh, they kicked him out? Or... yeah, I can't say, I don't really have an opinion on that. Other than all car accidents suck. But I don't know if the school did anything wrong. Just because someone's in a special ed class doesn't mean they're incapable of walking home and being safe. There's an absurd amount of issues that will lead to children being in special ed classes that have nothing to do with their level of intelligence or their ability to just do the right thing in other cases, or follow instructions. Following instructions tends to be the biggest thing, though. if you're the type of kid who consistently cannot follow instructions and is deemed to be for medical reasons, you will be put in special ed. And that's the primary reason in which kids end up there. But it's a case-by-case basis. Even most of those types of kids could be trusted to try to be safe. So when it comes to walking, hey Daily, it's just sad. Oh yeah, that's someone. Yeah, but I try to detach myself from stuff like that because you'll be the most depressed person on earth. Let me show you something here. So approximately 1.8 people die every second worldwide. How? All right, here we go. Approximately 9 million people die from hunger related causes each year. 24,657 per day. There's about 80,000 seconds in a day, a little over 80,000 seconds I think in a day. So we're talking about once every 3 seconds or so, someone dies of starvation. You will drive yourself insane if you spend too much time lingering on the world's suffering. You'll like literally won't ever be able to have a second's peace, except maybe when you're dreaming. And those will be only on days where you don't have nightmares, because you'd be spending all your time thinking about death and suffering. You're likely to have nightmares. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm not always very passionate about that kind of stuff, is because I try to actively not think about it that much. There's cases where certain things have happened where you can't really detach in the same way, like it happens close to where you live, or it was maybe not a family member or even someone who you were friends with, but just someone who you knew. That it's like happened to someone who's part of a hobby, or activity that you participate in. So I can understand that a lot of people do the whole school shooting thing goes super omega viral, even though that's a very rare thing. As far as the odds of your kid dying from that are like pretty much zero. But because most parents have a child that is in school or went to school, and they themselves went to school at some point, you know, it's kind of hard for some people to attach that type of thing. So it's like, oh my God, I have a 5-year-old kid that just started going to school. What the fuck, you know, you know, and so this, like, that's the only thing they can think about is their kid, and what if that happens to them? This form certainly allows me to use more sheer power than I am able to use in my human form. Be that as it may, my human form has its own advantages. Which do you prefer? Said it again. She was asking the same thing with the in her other form. Maybe I should try to get both of them. Maybe there's something special if you have both of them. I just don't have room right now. Let's see. Oh, this guy. I don't care about this guy. He's one of my best fire Pokemon, though. What do you do, by the way, again? Right, poison, dark, and light. That now. This guy's probably the better one to get rid of. No, he's also probably more useful. I think we'll get rid of Odin. Yeah. Bring her back and get rid of Odin.
Welcome. Are you ready?
How much do you cost, woman? Affordable. Okay. This button.
Will you return?
And she still has her own uses in combat, specifically for when, like, if she does happen to be even somewhat useful in the battle, her being able to use this permanent restoration skill makes a big difference. And potentially two whole extra turns is a big deal. Let me send a message to my mom. All right, there we go. Back to the game. Yeah, that's crazy. My mom said that some parent was trying to tell her that in their school they got that they sell Red Bulls or whatever, and so it's fine. Go ahead and give the kids Red Bulls. I'm like, what the fuck? That's wild. I told my mom, I was like, I don't know, I'd be careful about all that. Like, unless the parent specifically buys it for themselves. I mean, buys it themselves. I wouldn't, I don't know about all that. There's no legal thing stopping it, but that's somebody else's kid, you know. Change your name. All right, cool. So how's it going? Double ass in gamer. That's always been a funny word. Assassin. Bro, how many of these guys are gonna make me fight? What's going on with this? I wonder who came up with that word, you know? Like, what about assassins? Like, I might look it up at some point. What about assassins? Makes them require a double ass. Relentless growth is the mark of a hero. Witness my augmented strength. Eco Shogun. Nico Shogun's so powerful, if you wanted to describe him in the same way, he would require a quadruple ass.
Very good.
Please rely on my power as much as you wish. Oh, that's right. I gotta go back here. That way I'm in front of the thingies. Come on, I need those pots or drops. I don't remember which ones. Just give them to me. Whatever it is I need, give it to me. Oh, and Amarita showers.
Any last words? Now die.
Dead. Come on, man. Seriously? Oh my lordy, lordy. I can't get through one run without someone wanting to talk to me. I mean, I guess that's good, but sure. But it makes it take longer. Whoa, calm down now there, controller. Trying to run away on me? You don't get to run away on me. Who the hell you think you are, controller, trying to run away on me? I am so not letting you think you're better than me. With a skill like that, of course I'm better than you. Bro, what is this game's like malfunction? Like something's wrong with it, man. It is obsessed with trying to give me skills instead of stat gains now. Like the vast majority of the time, it gives me a damn skill. If you show, like, if you do the math from yesterday and today combined, like yesterday was like 9 times out of 10 or some shit. It was ridiculous. Need a break from that. No skills for one whole stream, please. I feel like I'm forgetting something I wanted to look up. And it's like, strength is one of the one stats I really don't want to keep giving to them. So it's like, oh, it's not giving me a skill, but it's giving me strength. Woo, yay. Give me the pot, bro. Why you be like that? Why you be like that? Excuse me. Agility incense. I don't need agility incense. I almost got 99 of those damn things. Why are you wasting my time? Oh, I'll take the money. Give me the money. 14,000. Hell yeah, that's some money right there. I want more though. Oh, you want to go? You want to go? So you gave me a little bit more. That's all you had to do. But now you gotta die. Now you just got to die. Why does it say no items obtained? Come on, man. Come on, man. You making me fight 100,000 enemies and you give me no items still? You could just not be a greedy bitch. That's an option. Apparently you're unaware of that option though. Pretty much every run gives me someone who wants to talk to me about their feelings.
This is true.
Oh my lordy, he got magic? It happened. If you ever tire of living in the netherworld, simply say the word. My phantasmagorical illusion will tantalize and delight your senses to the height of pleasure. I don't know what the hell you're trying to say to me, but you need to leave me the hell alone. Now that I think of it, you are capable of recruiting the 4 members of the Quesadilla as allies. You mean I already have them, so able to command those women, young as you are, a god to be feared indeed. I got you and them. Look, here's a quesadilla right here. You don't see her? The advent of the Nahabino, the very fact of their existence has changed everything. Okay. I thought I don't think that's correct what you just said. I'm pretty sure you the thing that changed everything is the thing that made the Nahabinos. Like the default state was Nahabino. Then they separated the souls. The lore is then they separated the souls into demon and humans. And then you would have to manually smush them together to make them a Nahabino instead of them being normal. I feel like the thing that changed everything wasn't the Nahabino, but whatever decision separated them and created the new status quo and the and how you combine them and all that. I feel that's like someone saying the blood changed everything, and it's like, wait, what did the blood change? Well, he bled and died. Was it the blood that changed everything, or was it the knife? Or was it the knife, or was it the person who just made the decision to use it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how's it going, killer? Sorry I didn't see you there. How's it going? Question mark. 4-member beef, chicken, isio, and sour cream. Are you still there, killer? So I wasn't ignoring you. It's just sometimes I go a long time without a comment on the Rumble, so I don't notice all. Ooh, money. I don't always notice when people first pop in, but then I start paying more attention. Oh wait, killer. Wait, Assassin Gamer, is that you? Are you killer on Rumble? It's okay. Limited to 20 followers for your each platform, so I came here. Oh no, you watch wherever you think you enjoy watching the most. That's the whole point of me streaming on multiple platforms. Like a year or two after I realized that YouTube was forever gonna blacklist my channel, and I was gonna just permanently switch to a different platform, but take this. But some people told me that they can't really watch from other platforms, so I was like, well, we gotta do something about that. So that's where the me streaming on multiple platforms came about. Have I even gotten one item from these guys yet today? Because I don't think I have. I'm sitting at 0. 45 minutes. I think the item drop rate is a little fucked up. I have to show you what I'm really made of. Sure. Give magic to the one who I don't want magic to go to. Sure. I'm really getting screwed over by those randomly. Like 1 out of 10 of them seem to be something that I actually like. Yeah, same, Soren. It's like the game knows what I want and it's trying to make sure that it's not going to give it to me. Rumble has timestamps now? Fancy. Wow. Oh, said they should get them. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff they should do. Like, by default, block links. Like, people put in my comment section, they put, like, links and email addresses and all kinds of shit all the time. They're like, here, download this virus. like, what the fuck is going on? Why do you have to be weak to ice? Of course he gives me an item. You know, I'm reloading. I don't want your damn grimoire. All your bonus experience. I'm really surprised that still to this day they still don't do that. And I should say it's not even by default. There is no way to block them. Because so many people were posting foreign links in my chat to who knows what the fuck. I tried multiple times in the past few months to look for a way to stop that, and they did have an option. I found finally where it's like, oh, here's an option to stop links. So I ticked that option to be on, and guess what happens? People still post links, so it doesn't even fucking work. Like, it happens less than it used to happen, so maybe they got some kind of new spam filter. I don't know, but it still does happen. Like, just the other day someone replied to one of my videos with like a link to some place off the web, I mean off the site, and their email address. The email address thing isn't as bad, but still, that shit shouldn't be allowed by default. As someone who has trust issues I don't like people who I don't know posting links to shit that I don't know about, to where my subscribers might click on it and start downloading shit that they didn't want.
Say.
I'll show you the real woman, what a real woman can do. I'm good. Yeah, a real woman apparently what she can do is get a shitty skill that's worthless. Good, check. Let's reload and give you another shot there, Cleopatra. You were thinking of banning the word art? Yeah, they do advertise quite a bit, don't they?
Say.
Like, hello, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm a blah 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 blah, and I blah 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 for you, and I think that you're blah 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 blah. Would you like me to do blah 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 art for you and give me money? I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. and those are the civil ones. The other ones are like, come to this place and pay me money for art. Goodbye. And they don't even say goodbye. They're just already gone before you even respond. He's a biggin. If this is the role I serve in, I suppose it would be amusing to weave a song of hell instead of heaven for once. I shall destroy the demons. Their cries of agony shall echo throughout the netherworld. Calm down, damn shit. Yeah, that's basically the gist of what they say. They're like, oh, by the way, I happen to notice that your channel sucks ass. It's pretty fucking ugly. But if you give me money, I can make it pretty. Just pretty on its own, without the ugly word. So give me money. And then I reply, I'm a broke bitch. I can't do nothing. And then they're like, well, bye, broke bitch. How dare you waste my time? I could be talking to somebody with money. Disgusting broke person.
No question.
We got going on here? I don't care about the physical shit, so I think I'm gonna replace that. Yeah, if I had that kind of money sword, you know what I would have done? I would have sought out and commissioned like professional artists. I wouldn't wait for some random dude to show up in my chat being like, bro, hey man, you got any money? I could draw you some pictures, you ugly ass. You need some better pictures. Then they open up their trench coat. It's full of nothing but like drawing pencils. Look at all these drawing pencils I got. I could make you some nice pictures, bro. Oh, you're talking about yeah. I'll show you her default form too. She's a weird Pokemon. Cascade. How you doing, by the way, McCascade? Oh my god, I got one. It only took 56 minutes. I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Coming to get you, Elephant Man. Yeah, Zelda's pretty cool. I think she probably is, Soren. Oh my, that's a lot of magic. Zeus wants to have a conversation. All right, sure. Once I'm done with these guys. These skull guys could drop chakra pots too. Not chakra pots, but Amarita showers. So I'm being hosed on them as well. The world of shadows.
Welcome to...
All right, so
Are you registered?
this is that Pokemon's default state. This is how she looked for most of the game. But then I guess and she used light magic and repelled light, and she was weak to darkness. But then I guess she became evil or something. And so then she became this thing. And now she uses dark magic and repels darkness and is weak to light. I beat up both forms and ended up creating both forms. He was a bit of a douche even when she was supposedly a good guy. And by a bit of a douche, I mean like a severe, crazy, douchey character. Okay, Soren.
Hey!
You think you've seen the true might of a... I'm gonna say chef. I'm not gonna say chief, I'm gonna say you've seen the true might of a chef god. Well, think again. I can cook lots of food. I choose to interpret what he said wrong, incorrectly.
Right.
If we're resting here, we ought to get some servants. How about you fill in the... What? Ganymede? Or Ganymede? I don't know who the hell Ganymede is. Some Greek god, I guess. Or Norse. I don't remember which one he is. Oh, he's Zeus. Okay, Greek, I guess. Come on now. I was clearly joking. Don't make that face. Oh, I guess Ganymede is a pretty lame dude or something. I don't know. Of all the angels who sided with the serpents, I was the only one who rejected his temptation and returned to God. My heart shall always remain with him, even as my body falls from grace. Bro, I don't want to hear about your love life. Bitch, come here. I'm trying to read chat. Oh. Yeah. Abducted and raped, right? Cascade? Yeah, that's the, yeah, we looked that up. Cause I was like, didn't like Zeus like rape a bunch of people and stuff like that according to the lore? And then when I asked AI about it, it was like, yeah, and one of them was a boy. And I was like, ah, I see. Or he said one of them, it said one of them was a male, I think it said. It didn't say his age, but the way it was described, I was like, huh, that sounds an awful lot like some cultures that have a very similar thing that they do to boys. And those cultures do it a hell of a lot more than Roman Catholic. That what you were saying? There's like there's places where it's straight up like normal. Like it's like, yeah, that's just what happens. There's some sort of tribal people where it's how you become a man. The way you become a man is you have to serve the village. Well, you know what? We'll use a different word than serve. You'll have to service the village male elders. Yeah. There's some pretty sick fucking cultures out there. Piece of driftwood. This is like, damn, that's a nice looking piece of driftwood right there. I think I'm gonna turn into a fish and make love to it. Zeus is like one of those little dogs that some people own, but like a horny one where it's always trying to hump somebody who comes over their house. Like, man, you gotta get control of your fucking dog, because I'm not tolerating that shit. No item, no item, no item, no item. Why do you keep doing me like this, game?
Say.
Order without power cannot endure. Power is the very foundation upon which all else stands. Any ideal that forsakes power will promptly crumble.
Yes.
So it wasn't enough to simply have me at your side. You wanted me in this form specifically. It has been some time since I made regular use of it. I shall be making the most of this opportunity. I heard a bunch of bitch ass normie game players are like, Silk Song is too hard. I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't be a fucking video game reviewer. If you played video games for real, you wouldn't be such a bitch. Definitely reloading. I don't need this much damn experience. Look at that shit. Oh, now you give me an item. Fuck off.
Totally.
Would you leave me alone? I don't give a shit about. Oh my god, would you stop? Oh, and now you give me a ready to shower. Yeah, fuck you, game. Fuck you right in the goat ass, as they say. I really did enjoy that new Adam Sandler movie, Happy Gilmore 2. They did a good job with that. I wonder how that Alien Earth show's going. I have no intention on watching it until the series is complete, and even then I might not watch it depending on how woke the show is. About damn time. I'm not really interested in most sequels to anything these days, Soren. So hearing that someone's writing it doesn't is like bad news for me, unless that person has demonstrated themselves to not be part of the woke cult. I don't care if the original person or whatever has anything to do with it, because I mean, look how many of the original people have like been part of this other shit and they've screwed it up. All it takes is for them becoming part of the woke cult. Once they become part of that cult, their work just turns to shit immediately, because they become all like postmodernist garbage where they're like, we have to subvert people's expectations and make shit that's garbage and completely shits all over what came before. The toxic, that guy is not woke at all. The Toxic Avenger guy, something like that. His name sounds something like that. He is very much a, he is way too edgy to be able to be part of the woke cult. They would excommunicate him instantaneously if he tried to join up. Looks like my internet is. It looks like my internet is back. So yeah, he makes a lot of dirty jokes about women, and that alone would get him canceled. Let's make sure my stream is still up and running. Auto dubbing is now enabled on your channel. The audio on new videos will automatically translate into other languages. Sure, I guess. All right, looks like the same thing as live here. Let's make sure here. You had to refresh it. Yeah. Looks like I am still live though. That works. Hold on, let me check what that said again. It said it's on by default, right? Is now enabled on your channel. Maybe it means it's not on, but I have the ability to turn it on. Settings. Upload defaults. Advanced settings. Review dubs and manually review dubs before publishing. I don't know what that means. Review dubs in experimental languages to contain nah, bro. You dub away. I'm not reviewing shit. You dub away, bro. No, most of the videos do not contain paid promotion. I don't have to click that anymore. I didn't know I could do this. Save. Sweet. All right, let me go into one of my videos and see. Altered content. No, I don't have AI shit going on. Allow embedding, manually review. Automatic dubs are processing for this video has already started. Oh, I guess that's just now started. Fuck, I do that. I guess I gotta go into some of my old videos and allow the auto dubbing. I don't mind that. That way some Japanese and Chinese and Korean and Russian and German and French and I don't know, all the damn peoples. Polish people and some Danish people and some. There's the what was I doing? I don't remember. And some Romanians, you know. The Greeks, the Spanish, the Mexicans. Like I'm just naming like tons of different fucking people. I wonder how many languages they do. Like I wonder how like obscure they go with it. Eek! Give me your money, give it all to me. I want more. Oh my god, he gave me 25,000. Damn, son. You get out of here. Thank you very much. He gave me 25,000 monies. That's some good monies right there. Postmodern means post quality. Yeah, basically. That's the problem with leftist art, right? Because they're a bunch of ends justify the means radical revolutionary motherfuckers who want to take over the world and not for like the betterment of mankind or anything, but no, because they just want to be the ones in charge, right? Like any tyrant ever in the history of mankind, they want to take over the world for themselves. And like any group that does that kind of thing, they have to shit all over everything that came before them, because everything that came before them is evil and not good. Because if you have respect for what came before, how can you tear it down to make something new? So that is why pretty much it's nearly impossible for the leftists to come up with good art. It's a super rare thing. And normally when it happens, it's because they step outside of their comfort zone and actually don't follow the rules of leftists. Like for instance, the Harry Potter game that had come out that the leftists in general hated. Though they hated it for different reasons, but it had reverence and respect for the source material. Yeah, it was diverse and woke in other ways, and like, you know, it tried to pander to that crowd of people. But the people who made it, you could tell they loved Harry Potter. And because of that, it was a good game. Pretty much that all it tends to take is for a developer who's making a game in a world that already exists, whether it's the lore of that world is already established. The only fucking thing that is required for people to like it is for the creator to have respect for the thing for that world that came before. That is pretty much it. As long as they have respect for it, at the very least, people will be like, it's not that well written, but it's still a fun film. That's the type of shit that people will say. Hogwarts Legacy 2? No. The odds are that it'll be complete dog shit. This is what happens in the major game industries like that. When something breaks through and becomes popular, it's immediately taken over by leftists. I mean, look at as long as there's any association, as long as they're even slightly associated with any kind of companies or power structures where they have the ability to be taken over, they are immediately conquered by a bunch of fucking leftists and forced to start doing that fucked up shit. So a more recent example would be the people who made whatchamacallit, I don't remember the name. Look it up. Ghost of Tsushima. So the people who made Ghost of Tsushima, they actually had respect for Japanese culture. They in fact appeared to not just respect it but enjoy it quite a bit, and they made a video game that has a lot to do with it. And you right? Yeah, there it is. They had a video game. They made a video game that has a lot to do with it and stuff like that. And then at the same time, they were friendly to their consumers. They didn't like try to bog down the consumer with a bunch of fucking paid DLC and bullshit that was like a scam and all kinds of fucked up shit like that. Go. They were very pro-consumer, and they just tried to make a fun game that was that you know, respected the culture and things like that. And Japanese people fucking loved it, right? But how did the American video game press feel about that game? Oh, they fucking loathed it. They didn't love it. They loathed it. Right? They fucking hated it with a burning passion of 10,000 fiery suns. They said it was racist and all kinds of other shit. How dare they not pay a bunch of Japanese people to be a part of the game, since it was a game set in Japan. Meanwhile, actual Japanese people were like, wow, this is a really cool game. I can't believe this came out of America. Wow, thanks guys. Like, you guys just really like our culture. That's cool. Now, the thing is that Sucker Punch is owned by Sony. So what do you think happened after they got that negative backlash from the left? Even though it was a wildly popular game that made Sony shit tons of fucking money by completely ignoring all that woke fucking garbage, What did Sony do to Sucker Punch Studios? Oh, well, look at the next fucking game that's coming out. Ghost of Wokai. No one's gonna buy the shit. It's gonna flop, and it's gonna be a bad game. There's a chance it could be good, but that's extraordinarily unlikely. And it's not just that. I mean, look what happened. They do it in all the games. Any kind of game that breaks out, that happens. Look what happened with CD Projekt Red. CD Projekt Red, pro-consumer, you know, making games for gamers and shit like that. And next thing you know, the left like starts attacking them, like, how dare you be a popular game developer even though you don't bend the knee to us. Article after article. You're so evil. Next thing you know, they become a woke company.
Hey!
Kingdom Come. That Kingdom Come game, same thing. They release a game. It's pseudo indie-ish, wildly popular. You know, breaks through the AAA barrier. Next thing you know, the left is like, racist, how dare you, so terribly racist, Next game comes out, and there's a black guy who like cuckolds your character and makes fun of you and your inferior race and culture constantly. And the main character's now gay. Like it's very consistent. Like it takes a lot of effort to fend off the left if you break out, which is one of the reasons why it's pretty fucking impressive that the Hollow Knight team did it. But trust me, they are going to get a lot of pushback right now, and it's already started. I knew it was going to happen because Hollow Knight Silksong is even more popular than the first game. There's people who haven't played the first game starting with the second game, which is crazy to me because Hollow Knight is one of the best probably the best Metroidvania game ever made. Like, it is so good, and it's like $10-15. Like Metroid Dread came out, it's still $60 fucking dollars, and that game is a fucking joke compared to Hollow Knight. It's insanely garbage level game if you compare it to Hollow Knight. But they want $60 for that fucking game. And now, you know, this studio who just enjoys making good games and enjoys making games that people love, they made a new game, and rather than trying to be some greedy pieces of shit, they were like, yeah, $20, here you go. So of course, what does the left do? They're already coming out with their articles trying to say that the game, that the studio and the game is evil in some way. They're coming up with every fucking excuse they can to show how they're evil. They're doing their typical shotgun approach where they just throw every fucking thing and see if something sticks. Like, I think the first thing that they started talking about is this is bad for indie devs because indie devs can't get away with charging so little for their game. Bitch, okay. Like, since when? When the fuck is that? Like, since when is that? Like, what was that one fucking game that released for like $3 that made that guy like $100 million or some shit? What was that game called? Vampire Survivors? Yeah, Vampire Survivors. What about Vampire Survivors, bitch? This dude charged $3 for his game, and he's filthy fucking rich. What about Stardew Valley? Made by a single dude who's like, oh man, you know, Harvest Moon games used to be so good. I wish people still made Harvest Moon games that were good. I guess I'll just do it myself. And now he's made over $500 million. And he's released like so many free DLCs that he's pretty much tripled the size of his game. And all you got to do to get all of that content is just buy it, the base game. That's all. You buy the base game for like 10 to 20 bucks, depending on the day you buy it. And the platform, obviously. You don't belong here.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I've told that to a lot of people, Cascade, by the way. Basically, leftists claim that they believe in a lot of stuff, right? The modern leftists, I should say. They claim they believe in a lot of stuff. But if you look at their actions, you find out what they really believe in. And that is power. They believe in power and obtaining that power by any means necessary. That's their sole belief. They don't care about women or people of color or any other bullshit that they make up. They don't care about any of that shit. None of it. Because look how fast they throw those people under the bus the moment it's slightly inconvenient for them. Chakra pot, yay! How many am I up to now? This isn't going very fast.
This'll do.
This'll do. Like, one thing a lot of people don't know is that the leftists used to actually use religion too. They try to say that it's only a right-wing thing. They're like, the right wing is censored because of religion. He's like, and so did the left. He's like, what? No, that's not true. Like, yeah, actually it is. The only reason that the modern left doesn't use religion anymore is because they know that it doesn't work. but they definitely 100% used to use religion to oppress people. And if you don't believe it, then how about you pull up pretty much any of the old censorship hearings that would go down, and then look at the letters next to the names of the people doing the hearings. And it's like, and it's like, well, it's just nothing but R's next to, no. It's filled with either a bunch of R's and D's, or sometimes exclusively D's. They use whatever moral system they think will gain them power. Because that's their only true belief system. Obtain power by any means necessary. I cannot allow you to bear this burden alone. I shall fortify myself and enter the fray anew. Thanks, kitty. That's why their religion has so many contradictions in it. They're like, can we please think of the children? Let's murder millions of children a year. Can we please think of the children? Let's cut off their genitalia. What? I respect life. How dare you? How dare you? You want to give people, the criminals, the death penalty. Kills millions of children. Like, thinks it's okay to kill people because they have PTSD. They're like, have you considered euthanasia, Mr. Former person in the military who now has PTSD? Have you considered euthanasia? Oh, for fuck's sake, dude, they're just evil. They're like, respect our rights. Whatever happens in the bedroom should be private. It's like, yeah, I agree. Cool. You shouldn't be allowed to install mods on your game that are inappropriate. What? Yeah, nude mods for games. You should not be allowed to do that. In my own house, I shouldn't be allowed to do something that you find inappropriate, huh? Oh, okay. Because I thought we both agreed that it was okay to do socially inappropriate things in your own house, as long as they're not illegal. Okay, sure. I guess you changed your mind. Yeah, pretty much 100% of their beliefs contradict the rest of their beliefs. I don't think there's a single belief that the modern leftist has that is consistent with the rest of their ideology. 100% of them are contradicted by something else they believe in. It is a disgusting culture of power hungry, greedy, selfish motherfuckers. And I'm glad that people are finally waking up to it.
Well,
like, they need to be, like, that ideology needs to be expelled from like common like life, and something else needs to replace the left. 'Cause don't get me wrong now, I do not want an unfettered right-wing power system with only their belief systems. That could lead to disaster. But the left's not a viable answer right now. It's just not. The Christmas celebration at the end of the year has origins in my own festivities. Those great revelries of ancient Rome still come to mind every Christmas time. What is that? One word? Is Christmas time one word? Surely not. Yeah, and pretty much if someone's proposing that a commie takes over something, I immediately think of them as the devil. Like, to me, suggesting that commies have power is no different than being like, I think that we should resurrect Hitler and elect him, because that sounds like a good idea. I'm like, what in the fuck did you just say to me? I still remember the first time that I heard in modern times, not in some like film somewhere or some bullshit like that. It was, I don't know, like 15 years ago or something like that. I don't remember, 10, 15 years ago. The first time I heard a motherfucker, I think it was like 15 years or so. I don't know, I could be wrong. A motherfucker talk about communism in a positive way. I was shocked. I was like, what in the fuck? Because like, I've never met a fascist. It would shock me just as much to meet a fascist. But I was at work doing a crummy job, and someone else was working there with me, also doing the crummy job. And I think we were both just in general passively, complaining about some crummy bullshit that we were having to do. And he's like, that's the great thing about communism. I was like, what? 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 I was like flabbergasted. Like it was like this bitch just slapped me in the face and then called me his mama. I'm like, huh? What just happened? I also, I don't think that it was a coincidence that he was attending college at the time. I don't think it's a coincidence that he had that thought, that he felt about that way about communism, and he was attending college. Seeing as how our professors are, that they're the average political beliefs of our professors now. Communism would only work. Communism wouldn't even work for robots, actually, Cascade. The only way communism would work is if it was enforced on robots by robots. That's it. That's the only way it would be ethical. If there were any humans involved in any part of the chain, there would be massive amounts of exploitation to and unnecessary amounts, insane amounts of suffering caused by it. There can't be humans in any part of it at all. This guy has 1 HP. And that's the thing. Whether or not it works is irrelevant. Because it's evil. Even if it did work as they claim it's supposed to work, it would still be unethical. And the reason why I say works in that way is because I believe communism functions exactly as intended almost every single time it's implemented. I think that communism has been successful a lot throughout history. Because the actual intention of communism is to create a massive amount of power for the people in charge at the expense of the people underneath them. That is the purpose of it. That's not their intended, that's not what they say their intended purpose is. But motherfuckers lie, right? It's like, hey guys. It's like, yeah. Okay, here's what's gonna happen, okay? Everybody has a lot of money, right? I'm like, yeah, sure. But some people have a little less money than others. Yeah, sure. How about everybody agrees to give me all their money, and then I'll make sure to give it out freely and evenly when anybody needs something. No, I don't agree with that. The people who don't agree to it are forced to do it. Okay, now that I have all your money, I'm keeping it, motherfuckers. That's what happens 100% of the time. There was like, recently there was like a classroom that did the exact same thing. We're in the class. This was they were like doing a little experiment about, like, you know, how people think. And so what happened was the teacher agreed that the teacher had, like, he's like, okay, the way, I can't remember the exact way in which the grades were going to be handed out, but basically what it amounted to is that you didn't earn your grade. The grade that was going to be given for that test was based on like the average or something like that. But another option existed, and that was if they put someone in charge, that person in charge could hand out the grades in whichever way they choose. I think that's how it went down, which meant up to including as in like saying, well, everybody just gets the grade that they earned, right? So some woman was like, put me in charge and I'll make sure everybody gets what they earned, don't worry. And they're like, okay, we'll put you in charge. And that bitch is like, ha 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 ha, you dumb fucks, I got a perfect grade and only my friends get good grades too now. Ha 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 ha. Like, yeah, it happens 100% of the time. If someone is asking for infinite power, the only reason they want that infinite power is for corruption. It's just that they want it for themselves. That has been proven time and time and time and time and time again.
Well,
it is extraordinarily rare for someone to have an excessive amount of power and they use it responsibly. And in the vast majority of cases where that person used it responsibly, They didn't want that power. They didn't want that responsibility. It was normally forced on them, and then they just did the job that they thought they were supposed to do. But anyone who seeks out and seizes that kind of power abuses it without fail. It seems the time has come to reveal my hidden power.
Hear me.
If I speak good tidings unto thee, thou must believe in it, whatever it may be. Otherwise thou shalt have thy mouth sealed until that news is fulfilled. I'll seal your mama's mouth. Yeah, so I believe, unlike most people who say communism never works, I believe it works 100% of the time that it has been implemented. Now, sometimes it doesn't work because as they are attempting to implement it, it's stopped. But I think anytime it's successfully implemented, I believe it functions as intended. Otherwise, why wouldn't they do something about it? Think of it this way, right? They got these things that people used to put in their cars called, like, I think they were like cherry bombs or something like that. And what it did was it made your car very loud. So when your car was like, when someone was driving your car, I mean their car, it would sound like crazy loud, like a motorcycle or something. It was just very loud. Now, most people would not want a thing like that. Like, why would I want my car to be super loud? I'm driving it. It's going to disturb me. Not just everyone else. It's going to disturb me. I would not want that. So you would think that that would be like a flaw, right? So imagine that someone pays a mechanic to upgrade their car, and they just add various upgrades that the mechanic thought was a good idea. And one of the upgrades was this audio cosmetic thing called the cherry bomb that makes their car super fucking loud. Now, as the owner of the vehicle, if you continue to drive the car like that forevermore, even though you have access to absurd amounts of money, it is not a mistake. It is a feature. It is a thing that you want. And the same goes for communism. 100% of the time, it degrades into some power-hungry motherfucker being in charge, and normally that was the motherfucker who set it up in the first place. And the people suffer incredibly at the hands of that power-hungry motherfucker and the people that work for him. Now, this person has the power to stop doing that kind of shit at any time. But for some reason, they just keep doing it. It's almost as if that was what they intended the whole time. That's why I say it's like it functions as intended. It's not some kind of fucking weird... Like, oh man, if they get lucky next time it'll work out this way. No, that's just it's working exactly the way it's intended to work. It is a power system that was invented by greedy motherfuckers. Like, you look at all the motherfuckers who like who talked about it and wrote about it and developed the culture around that shit, and they were all a bunch of greedy, selfish motherfuckers. They didn't come up with it because they thought it would help society. They came up with it because they thought it would give them shit tons of fucking power. It functions as intended. Alright, where is my phone? Neener, 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 neener. Oh, hold on. Let me send another message to my mom. And use the restroom. I'll be right back. No floofing. There we go, I'm back. Yeah, and I'm not saying, by the way, that 100% of the people within the ideology that is their goal. That would be a ludicrous claim. There we go. There. All right. What I'm saying is that the leaders, the leaders who push the ideology, that is their actual goal. Their goal is to become tyrants, that have lots of power. Underneath them, there are some true believers that believe the lies, but the people in charge who are pushing that shit are pushing it for their own personal gain. They are not pushing it because they think that it'll make mankind better in some way. Unless by better, they mean better for just the motherfuckers in charge. Sippy, sippy. Sealed magazine. You know what I need, Mr. Nahibino? I need chocolate pots. Are you making me work so damn hard for something so small? Real shame. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I should start trying to decide what the next game I'm going to play. I thought I knew what the next game I was going to play was, but then I heard rumors. So that's out the window until September 12th, I believe, is the rumor. And even then, it might be out of the window for a while after that. I don't know. Maybe the pseudo speedrun of Xenoblade 2 in order to get access to the New Game Plus on this Nintendo Switch for my proper second playthrough. That's a high possibility. Another thing I'm thinking about is I should put that game in the Switch and claim the gold. Though I don't know if that even works for new games anymore. Wait, I didn't pay attention. Did I even get any items? Maybe I got some items. I think I might have. I feel like I did. Okay, hold on. I guess I shouldn't reload. I was gonna reload. Nobody wants your garbage skill. I don't know. The Blood Omen games. They're pretty high on my list. Playing all the Legacy of Kain games, actually, I think is the better way to say it.
Say.
Long ago, I fashioned my humanity from clay, I must say. I quite missed that time. Might you consider giving me a new mound of clay for me to use my powers of creation on? What? What you talking about, woman? There's a lot of things that are possible. It's been a little while since we played a classic game. Because I was playing classic games and then kind of rotating back and forth, and I was gonna end up playing that that one old game, but I couldn't get it to run properly. So maybe it's time for a classic. I'm definitely not chasing the bandwagon of Hollow Knight Silk Song. I'm gonna let it age like fine. I want to make sure I have the premium Hollow Knight Silk Song experience. So I'm thinking about either waiting until DLC comes out or just playing it randomly sometime next year. And after the game's been patched a few times and things like that, and the game's been balanced out a bit more. And it's not like the bee's knees where everyone has to be talking about it and being like, ah! Oh yeah, definitely play the first Hollow Knight game. Just because like the new one's out and it's all the rage doesn't mean the first one isn't worth playing. Do not make that mistake with this. Like I said, the first Hollow Knight game is probably the best Metroidvania game ever made. I am a connoisseur of Metroidvanias. I like them a lot. Keep in mind, I haven't played a lot of handheld Metroidvanias, okay? So, like the Castlevania, the later Castlevania game series that were released, like Curse of the Moon and all that stuff, released on mobile. I haven't played them, even though they're on my backlog now. Because they're on, like, non-handheld platforms. They are on my backlog to play eventually. Like, Hollow Knight was a joy to play. Adina! Like that. Very good game. It was all the things. It was all the things, dude. It was all the things. It was fun, engaging mechanically. The story was intriguing and mysterious. It's like the world was interesting and deep. Like, it had a feeling of depth and interest that it gives the players, well, me and most people. Like, it was challenging, but not unfairly challenging. You know, the insane thing, that insanely difficult balance that most game devs can't seem to to make it. Like, so what I mean, by the way, that's one thing that some people think is like subjective, like the challenging but not unfairly challenging. That is not subjective. That is an objective thing. The reason, and it's like, well, the different players have different skill levels. It's like, no, it's still objective. It's objective because it's not unfair. And as long as you give the game like any sort of commitment and you invest time in it, like you will become good enough to do whatever you want. And when you combine the quality of the gameplay, like how fun and well made the game is, with that, then it's the perfect recipe, right? It's the same reason, like, say, a game like Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, the first game, right? It's the same reason why The Legend of Zelda had a bunch of ridiculously obscure, just why the fuck is this designed this way, hidden secrets, but yet is still hailed as an insanely good game, while other games that have ridiculously hard to find secrets are looked as bad games specifically because of that thing. And the reason is because Zelda's fun. That's it. Zelda's fun. People didn't mind putting in the extra time to find the right bush to burn to get access to a certain dungeon. Because the game's fun to play. But if you have a game that's mediocre or shitty, and then you make the player put in all this fucking extra time to find some stupid secret or another, of course they're gonna hate it. So the same principle applies when it comes to video game difficulty. If a game is fair in its difficulty, it doesn't really matter how difficult it is, as long as it's also fun. Because at that point, it's the investment is worth it. Like, it's like, wow, this game is challenging. However, the amount of time it requires me to invest in the game to become skilled enough to beat the game is far less than I'm it is. I mean, I should say, that's the right way to say it, is far less than I'm wait, am I saying that backwards? Far more? Yeah, far less than I'm willing to put into it. I think, right? I don't remember how I phrased it. But basically what I was trying to say, I forgot how I was phrasing it. But basically what I'm saying is that by the time you've played the game enough to where you're no longer having fun because you've been playing it for too long, you're well past any actual game player is going to be well past the skill level necessary in order to beat the game. And that and Hollow Knight does things that other game developers do, and people loathe them for it. Not just difficulty, but like it makes fun of the player. Like Hollow Knight makes fun of the player. And you would think yo, like most games that make fun of the player and do things at the player's expense, most players don't like that. Most players are not fans of that, and they're like, why do the game developers hate me? This game feels mean unnecessarily. Hollow Knight does that, but people don't tend to feel that way about the game. And it's because the game is so lovingly crafted. You could tell that the game developers loved it. You only had to pay 10 to 15 bucks to buy the game. So you could tell that the game developers are not trying to like nickel and dime you. They want you to play their game. So when the game developers put in a sort of cheeky, mean thing towards the player, you can tell that it wasn't from a place of like loathing for their players. For instance, there's multiple parts of the game where like characters will laugh at your failure as a player. Like characters will just straight up laugh at you, and or like they'll be like, get good. Like there's literally a character who says get good. There's a character where every time you battle them, every time you're about to start the battle, the characters in that game do not speak English, by the way. The voice actors just make random word-like noises. But, like, Adina, Atale, and things like that. They'll just say Afanada. They'll just say random shit like that. That is not real speak. But there's a part in the game, near the end of the game, when you're fighting one of the most difficult bosses, where one of the characters like, get good. She's like, get good. And I suspect that the second game is much like that. I guarantee there's lots of characters in the game that make fun of you when you make mistakes during the battles and like poke fun at the player and whatnot. And I guarantee the vast majority of players will still love it. Here, listen. See, this isn't really. Oh, I got chakra pot too. Nice. Hell yeah. And players don't look back at that moment and they're like, oh, I mean, you're so mean that they like look back at it lovingly. That just shows like the difference in the quality of the game. They can actively tease their players and the players still love it. Tin Man. I never heard of it, Soren. You'll have to remind me of it again. Yeah, I've never heard of a show called Tin Man. You're not going to be beating Hollow Knight in 5 hours. You're expecting to go into Hollow Knight and knock it out because it's a Metroidvania, and you're like, I'm just going to knock this game out in a few hours. It'll be fine. Let's see. All right, let's see if I can do a little comparison here. All right. That's a bit small. Can we get a bigger version of that, please? I guess not. Let's all right. All right. All right, here we go. So this is the map of Hollow Knight. All right. Deselect. Now, keep in mind, you're pretty small on this map. I feel like most maps are let's see if I can find an example of the size of an area versus the size. Like, look at this section here, right? You think, compared to the rest of the map, I mean, look at the rest of the map, right? You think this little section here with these little grandpa grubs, you think that that's probably not that big of a section, right? Grandpa grub room. All right, let's see if this shows the whole room. All right, so this is you walking in the room here. This is still not is he? Hopefully he doesn't leave. Hopefully he goes all the way to the left. I don't think he's gonna go to the left. Yeah, he's not going to the left. All right, how about this guy? Making it rain. Still not going to the left side. Wait, I think they start. Okay. Yeah, okay. He goes to left. All right, so there's the full size of the room. You see how long it takes to walk from one side of the room to the other? So there's the room, right? Here's the rest of the map. So let's put that in perspective. I sized up the Metroid Dread map so that you can see about, you know, the same map side by side. So here's Metroid Dread's map, all right? There it is. Look how big that map is. Here it is compared to the to this game. And this might be oversizing it actually. Like Metroid Dread is like an 8-hour game. Yeah, that might be about. Yeah, that seems about right. Maybe a little oversized. This little fucking tiny game here. So let me show you something here. Okay, I'll take a look at it, Soren. Let me just finish this bit here. So here's Metroid Dread. Wow, 9 hours. That's being generous. I've heard that it's about 8 hours the average playtime. About 8 hours to beat the main story. Oh, if you do the sides, and you get, and it's a whole 11.5 hours. Ooh, if you're a completionist and you do literally everything, it's 13.5 whole hours for your $60 fucking game. If you just do the main story, 27 hours. Yeah, like 3 times the size. If you want to do the side content, yeah, it's about 4 times the size. Oh, you want to be a completionist? Oh yeah, it's about 6 times the size. Yeah, fucking Hollow Knight is not a game that you just knock out. You're just like, oh, I'm done. I played it for a couple hours. I'm done. Your ass spends some time in this game. It's a big game. Like I feel like that's a good thing to tell you too, as a person who's looking, who's planning on playing the game. I feel like it's a good thing to know that, because I kept progressing in the game and thinking that, I'm almost done now. I was never almost done. Every time I thought I was almost done, I was never almost done. Right here, this section of the game here called Deep Nest. You see the rest of this? You see this little section of the game here, Deep Nest? I remember this section alone was like longer than Metroid Dread, it felt like. All right. A tip for playing Hollow Knight, by the way, Cascade, is pay attention to how you do things. The story changes. Characters you can have different interactions with characters based on your actions and based on things you've done. There'll be characters who have like their own complete side quests and challenges and whatnot that will that could completely die, and then, you know, so that's not a bad thing necessarily. Makes the world feel more alive, right? That you can't just ignore people and expect everything to work out. If you mean Silk Song Vepper? Yeah, it's probably an extremely excellent game. Made by very good game developers. If I'm judging based on the first game and how much they're charging based on for the second game, it is very likely gonna be the best game released this year. Though I'm not playing it right away. Also, keep in mind, it's not a game that's for everyone. Like Vepper, I don't think it would be a game for you. You don't seem like the Metroidvania kind of guy. As a person who's played almost exclusively Skyrim as their video game, I don't think Hollow Knight is necessarily the game for you. It might be. You might really like it. But you can't know until you try it, right? But I would definitely start with the first if I were you, and then you can decide if you like it and you want to keep playing it. I think it's like one of the best games ever made. It's right up there with some of my favorite games of all time. Yeah. I'm not sure about the second one. And the second one might be the same. It might be better. I don't really know. Oh, this guy has 93 strength, and he's got this garbage ass attack. Yeah, why wouldn't the reviews be insane, Vepper? It's like I said, the first game was massive. It was a massive, giant, huge game that was very cheap and insanely well made and very fun and good. And then they made a sequel And from what I've heard, it is also a massive game that is fun to play. And they're only charging 20 bucks for it instead of 60 or 70 or 80. Of course it's going to be insanely popular. They're not being greedy pieces of shit. They want more people to, but they're developing wide instead of tall, right? They could have just milked the fuck out of their fan base and charged $80 for the next game and got far less people to buy it, but made more money per customer.
Oh, good.
But instead, they did the thing that all fucking game developers should be doing. And they said, rather than making our game really fucking expensive and trying to milk the customers that we do have like little fucking whales, what if we just charge not a lot for our game? And then this novel thing will happen where more people buy our game. Hold on. I bid thee wield the power well and unify the world and devote thy being to purging this filth utmost trust. All right. Eek, gross. That's not a good game. They did this novel thing where they're like, hey, what if we don't charge a lot of money, and that way when we make a really good game that people want to play and we don't charge a lot of money for it, everyone buys it, even people who wouldn't typically buy it. And now they're making more money than anybody. It's weird how that works. It's so fucking weird. It's almost as if that is the exact way I said it would work. Because I feel like I said if I had a AAA game studio, I would charge anywhere from $20 to $40 for my game, and my games would be the best selling AAA games ever. Because I wouldn't be a greedy piece of shit.
Indeed. Indeed.
I feel like what I would do, and I would personally be a little greedier than than the people who made Hollow Knight. Because my idea was day one release would be a $40 game. If you buy if you buy my AAA quality game, day one it costs $40, which makes it way cheaper than any other fucking AAA game out there. But the thing that you get for buying it day one is that you get access to lifetime DLC. So any kind of additions we make to the game, you just get to have them. It's part of the day one purchase. Then a few months later, around the time you would see a movie go from the movie theater into rentals or streaming, around that amount of time passing, the game would drop in price to about $20, and that would be its MSRP forevermore. It would be a $20 game after only a few months. However, if you buy it for $20, it doesn't include all DLC we'll ever make. In order to get that, you have to pay that extra $20. And listen, I sound like a greedy motherfucker compared to freaking Team Cherry with their $20 amazingly big game.
Very good.
But I'm still super fucking generous compared to a modern AAA game dev who's like, I want $80 for my shitty game that takes 2 hours to finish and doesn't have any replay value. There is a godlike power at thy command. I have witnessed it firsthand. I bid thee wield this power well. Unify this world and devote thy being to purging its filth.
Hear me.
This netherworld is filled with impurity. Were I to let this white lily of purity fall, it would wither in an instant. Oh yes, Soren was talking about me looking at something called Tin Man. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I don't know anything about it, but I heard about it. A modern whatever. I can't remember the name. Wizard of Oz, there we go. Bing bong, bing bong. Yeah, if shitty AAA games drop their prices to $20, they would have similar receptions, by the way. So having a good big video game drop their price is a massive deal. Like, what was that? Assassin's Creed Shadows. If that game was $20 fucking, they would have sold like 4 or 5 times the amount of copies, easy. And that's a shitty game. The reviews by players, by the way, not the reviews by game reviewers, but the reviews by players would be way more favorable towards the game too. People expect a lot less out of a $20 game. And when you're telling them you're giving them AAA quality for $20, AAA size for $20, AAA anything for $20, they tend to be pretty fucking thankful for it. Even if it's slop. I mean, look at and it doesn't even have to be $20. Look at the reception for that RPG that came out by Bethesda or part of their team or some shit like that. I don't really remember. No, I think it's just a Microsoft game or something. Some RPG. They called it a AA game because it wasn't made by a giant studio. But it was still a big game that was better than most modern AAA games, and they only charged like $40 for it or something. And people lost their fucking minds. It sold like crazy. Okay, Soren. I mean, I might watch it at some point. Of course, you know, not right now, but you're not promoting to watch it at this moment, obviously. We're talking about later on. That reminds me of a pretty good show. It's very short. That if movie night becomes more popular and we start getting lots of people there, I definitely would want to watch that again with people. It's a hidden gem of a show that most people don't know about. And I think again, the show ended after one season or something like that. But it didn't end on such a ridiculously huge cliffhanger that it was it's unwatchable or anything like that. It resolves enough stuff in the first season for it to still be worth watching. But it was a very interesting, good show that for some stupid reason didn't continue past a single season. It was probably like a sci-fi show or something. That's probably why. Like how, you know how they canceled Firefly even though everyone loved it? It was probably a sci-fi show. But motherfuckers cancel every damn thing, even if it's popular. Give me all that money. 18,000? Hell yeah, I want more though. 27,000. Damn. All right. Thank you for all the money. That's a lot of money. Yeah, but Stargate wasn't on the Sci-Fi Channel, Soren. I don't think it was. Like, Clone Stargate? Pretty sure it was not fucking Sci-Fi. Oh, it was apparently Showtime and Sci-Fi. I didn't even know that. Yeah. I wonder why they didn't. I wonder why they canceled a bunch of other shows, but then they kept this show going for so long. Is it really like fully owned by them though? Network. Oh no, it was originally a Showtime, and then it later on became a Sci-Fi. So yeah, actually, it spent most of its life as a Showtime show, and it was owned by MGM. So it's not like, see, let's see. Oh wait, Firefly was actually Fox. Am I misremembering things? I might be misremembering things. All right. My brain's not working here. Can't remember the right word I'm looking for. There it goes. Reputation. For some reason I forgot the word reputation. I'm definitely not functioning right now. Yeah, it was Fox. Yeah, I misremembered. It wasn't Sci-Fi, it was Fox Sword. They're the ones who had the reputation for canceling popular shows. So who owned the show I'm thinking about? Let's see. Oh, it was a sci-fi show. But they just canceled it right away. So, oh, they were going to continue it as a comic book form, but that got canceled before it came out. That's fucked up. Here's a review written in 2023, a retrospective. Though it is only 3 90-minute episodes, The Lost Room packs in more backstory and plot development into that runtime than lesser shows managed in entire seasons. He goes on to explain a lot of stuff that is semi-spoilery, so I won't mention it. 2010, the creators announced that there would be a comic series that continues the story. It was put on hold indefinitely for an unknown reason. Probably something about fucking... It probably has something to do with rights. It probably got hung up because of rights. That's bullshit. So, the most non-spoilery way to explain what the Lost Room is that some weird shit went down. Okay. And because some weird shit went down that happened a long time ago, there are items in the world. The general populace is not really aware that these items exist. But there's items in the world that do weird fucking things. And not all of these items have been recovered. Some people even own the items but don't even know that they are a weird item because they don't understand how to use the item. And there are, of course, people who are aware of these items and are trying to get a hold of them. And even those people who are aware that the items are special, they even have some items in their possession that they don't understand what they do. So, to give an example of the varied amount of doing weird things that happens, I might not be 100% correct on this. It's been a while since I've watched. So I'll name 2 items with an incredibly different level of power and usefulness. So, oh, also these items are unbreakable and unchangeable. For instance, one of the items is a pencil. There's nothing you can do to damage that pencil. You could hit the pencil with a fucking bomb, and it's not even gonna get dirty. The item is perpetually in the state that it is in. Right? It's like in its own time capsule, basically. You're not gonna dirty it up. You're not gonna break it and damage it like the item. Like, for instance, if there was a jacket and you were to wear the jacket as an item, the jacket would be completely bulletproof because you just can't do anything to it. But that is not necessarily the function of that item. Now, I'll tell you the function of a couple of items. One of them is a pencil, and another one is a pair of glasses. The pencil, now you would think, oh wait, I think I know what kind of powers these two things might have. Trust me, you don't. Because like sometimes things have powers that you would think, oh yeah, that makes sense. Of course that's the type of power that thing would have. But most of the time it does not. Right? So you think the glasses would allow you to see something, and you would think that the pencil would allow you to create something, like to draw something, I should say. That's not the case. So the pencil, you can't write with the pencil because the pencil's graphite is not damageable, right? So why would you be able to write with it? But if you use the power was eventually discovered for the pencil. And what the power is that if you tap it on something, if you tap the pencil on something, it creates 1 penny. That's all it does. It's a simple, ridiculously basic ability that this item gives you. Is you tap it and make a penny. And of course, you know, the person who discovered what it did made a lot of pennies. The next power, the glasses, right? Like I'm not trying not to spoil things, so I'm not telling you like a bunch of items, and I'm trying to tell you some basic stuff, but the varied in powered levels that some of these things have. So the glasses, when you wear the glasses, it stops time. Yeah. It fucking stops time. But that doesn't make you like all powerful and super cool because you got these stop-timey glasses and whatnot. There are massive restrictions in that power. I can't remember what they were, but basically it's a very dangerous power to have. Not just for the people around the user, but for the user themselves. They can end up killing themselves pretty easily with that power. I'm not talking about a game, Pepper. I'm talking about a TV show. And the series follows a character who is, I can't remember his backstory completely, but the way in which the character acts is pretty much like a private detective. He has like that sort of thought process, the way he works. So basically you're following a private detective trying to track down the items and some of the people who use the items for a personal reason that they're kind of being forced into. And hijinks ensue. And by hijinks, I mean bad things. Not really amusing. Sometimes amusing. But also people die. So the main character is trying to track down those items, uncover the mystery of those items, like why they came to be, and part of that is tracking down the people who have possession of those items. And he's doing it because he needs to do it for a extremely personal reason. I think that's the plot as much as I can say without spoiling things, you know. It's not the type of show you want to talk about a lot to someone who might potentially watch it, because the more the more people know, the less exciting and surprising things are, right? So I tried to pick two things that weren't really that interesting. Like the pencil one is a great example. It's one of the best examples I could come up with because it was a near worthless power that is actually still useful as hell. And that one wasn't even a major part of the plot. That specific item is, or object as I think they're called in the show, is an item that was described to the main character. I don't think you ever really see it. I think you might see it, I don't remember. But it was an object described to the main character to explain what objects are. The glasses one was a major part of the story, but it wasn't like, oh wow, that's so surprising that that's what happens. You pretty much know instantly that's what's happening. Yeah, it's a fun show. I definitely enjoyed it quite a bit. And it was a real shame that it ended before 100% of the storyline was resolved. Like, you never truly get to understand the mystery behind the object's creation, like how they came to be, and a few other things like that that they were saving for another time, I guess, but you know, another time that never came. But that doesn't make the stories bad. In some cases, that would end up making the story bad because you say, well, I guess that's it. I'll never know. It's still good enough that it's fine for it to end that way because it leaves a lot to the imagination where you're like, oh, I wonder if it's this or that or this or that, and you think about all these different things that it could be. And that doesn't really detract from it that much. Oops, almost made a mistake. It still would be cool if we knew. But then again, sometimes when you find out, it could have been dumb as shit, right? Like, a good example of that I never fully watched myself was Lost, or The Lost. I don't remember what it was called. I never really fully watched that show. I kind of got bored after a couple of seasons. But people who finished that show said that it was fucking stupid, that it all ultimately led to nothing. So I feel like that show probably would have been a much more well-regarded show if it only had a few seasons, and then one of the final season ended, but it didn't end on a massive cliffhanger. It just ended with a bunch of questions left unanswered, but a bunch of questions at the same time answered. I feel like that show would be much more well-regarded than if they continued the show and made it stupid as fuck. Yeah, Hollow Knight is a pseudo-sword sad sort of game. Because the world of Hollow Knight feels like a world in decline. Like the setting, it feels like a world in decline, for sure. And it does liven up as you continue the game with a few points of the game, like the deep nest being particularly dead feeling. But like the starting town that you're in, more and more people start to appear there based on things that you've done in the game and whatnot. Baffanada. What are the rules of Moat or the laws of Moat? I can't remember. Moat the Mighty. But yeah, definitely Hollow Knight is the setting of the world feels like an old world that's in decline. Like the kings and the cities that once were are dead and gone and replaced by something less. And that's part of the goal of the character, is that as your character goes through that world, and you are fighting against the primary thing that led to that world's decline. So in that game, story-wise, you're starting off on your back foot, right? They already got you against the ropes. Things are looking grim. You gotta claw your way back up. It's a very Dark Souls-ish world, I should say, like the first Dark Souls game. Dark Souls had that same sort of setting, where it's a world in decline. Like there's a rich history that you weren't part of that took place long before you were there, and now you're just going through the ruins of what was and dealing with the things and the people that are making do with what's left. I wonder if their setting was inspired by Dark Souls, because I think Dark Souls probably repopularized that sort of world setting. That world setting wasn't like as common. I feel like that shit was falling into like instead everything was like happening. That kind of thing used to be common. Like Doom is that kind of world, right? Like everything's fucked. When you're playing the first Doom, you're the only human. Like everyone else is dead. like you're the only human. Everybody else is either a zombie or a demon now. That's weird. Why would that put me way back here? I'm confused while I'm at the... Because I didn't reload, that's why. I think I just teleported instead of reloading. Yep, that's what happened. Yeah, so when I feel like I'll have to farm up for these things on my own time. The game is being extraordinarily greedy. I thought I'd been finished hours ago with what I'm doing. Got an Amarita shower. It's one of the items I need. So I'll go back and definitely check that out. Check out the turnings or whatever and then reset it.
Here. Back to the font.
Oh boy, lots of people want to talk to me.
Indeed.
This is but a fraction of my power, long suppressed. It seems the time has come to unleash it. Sure. Lucky. Oh, he wants to talk more.
Indeed.
After seeing your feats on the battlefield, there can be no more doubt you can save this world from its perilous troubles. I shall be on a road of... it shall be a road of hardship, but worry not, I, once savior of the world, shall be standing behind you all this time. Utmost trust. Alright, come on. 4 stats and vitality, that's all you got going on here? They're gonna give you a garbage skill, aren't they?
Indeed.
I fucking knew it. A strength-based almighty spell. What the fuck, bro? A strength-based almighty spell for someone who has max MP. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Or max magic. There we go.
Ho there.
If my king is putting forth such an effort, the duty demands I lend my assistance with even greater power. Sure. I don't trust this game anymore.
Say.
Sure, I can take that.
Indeed.
Don't hit me with some bullshit this time, please.
Indeed.
Alright, I'll take care of the rest on my own. That's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. I hope to see you guys the next time I stream, which will be tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. Be there, be square. And take care of yourselves, alright? Take care of yourselves. Oh, and today I drank more of your coffee stuff, so Vepper. Just letting you know. Alright. So have a nice night, everyone. See you all tomorrow. And I'll try to farm up this stuff on my own time. That way tomorrow we can just focus on beating the game. That'd be nice. Actually, tomorrow I'm probably going to play a different game because I won't have a lot of playtime tomorrow because it's going to be one of the shorter days. Because when I beat the game, I want to do more than just beat it. I want to do some of the super bosses afterwards. So probably Monday we're going to pick this game back up. Tomorrow we're probably going to play a different game for a little bit. Anyways, have a nice night, everyone. Bye. And that'll give me more time to farm up those items. So that's real good. Later.